Hello. Yeah. Can you just let me know if my voice is audible? Can you just let me know if my voice is audible? Okay, guys. Please let me know in the comment section if my voice is audible, and if yes, then we'll continue with the session. Okay, my voice is clear. So today, as you know, as the students know, that we have completed TCS first slot, TCS NQT exam, the first slot. So we are going to discuss about the actual questions of TCS, the slot one questions. All right. So we have chosen 10 questions, from different topics. We are going to discuss about them, right? So yes, let's start. The first things that we have is how many questions do we have, right? So according to this time, we have 24 questions, right? And you have a time of 30 minutes. Right, so as usual, this is the usual time that we have 24 questions and 30 minutes for the verbal section. You do not have any negative marking, right? So that's a plus point. So if you go wrong, you do not have any negative marking, right? Let's move ahead. Okay, so guys, if you are not following us on our social media handles, do follow us on Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Telegram. Especially, we are much more active on Telegram and on Discord. If you want to interact directly with us, you want to get your doubts solved, or you have any query regarding Pep Insta's access or anything, you can directly contact us on Telegram or Discord. On Instagram, we keep updating about the latest drives that are going on, the companies that are announcing their drives. So yes, follow on Instagram if you don't want to miss out, on any of the drives right now. And yes, do follow us on Facebook and WhatsApp as well. All right. So, guys, you can keep, asking your questions. I will go through the questions once I give you the time to solve the questions. All right. So yes, I have presented you with the question. What you can do is please try to solve. I'm giving you, let's say, around 20 to 30 seconds for this question. Till then, I'll just see the the comments here, and I'll try to answer those as well. All right. Um, Can we use pen and paper for rough work? Yes, you can use pen and paper for rough work, but make sure that your pen and paper both are clearly visible, before the camera, right? It should be in the in the eye level, and it should be visible to the invigilator sitting behind the cameras. So make sure that you use them, but they are visible. Otherwise, you are going to get the warnings. Question repetition, we cannot confirm on that if we can get question repetition or not. So we are not going to comment on that right now because we haven't seen any other slots yet. Let's get back to the question. Select the most appropriate question. We have found that between Vinaya and Akruti, Vinaya makes dash errors in her work. All right. So we have got answers. Okay, Praveen Jeremiah is saying it's not visible, but I think it's visible on my screen. So you might want to check your internet connection. Yes, we have the answer as fewer. Why? Because we are talking about a comparison between two people, right? Because we have the keyword between over here. So we are going to, compare between two people. Now, largest, smallest, and shortest are all superlative form, right? And superlative is used when we use more than two people, when we compare more than two people. So yes, we are going to go with option D, that is fewer. All right, so we have found that between Vinaya and Akruti, Vinaya makes fewer errors in her work. All right, so yes, D, fewer is your correct answer. Okay, again, another question. So this is an error identification question. Now, to just remind you, TCS loves error identification questions. Even in slot 1, we have seen that they have given around 4 to 5 questions on error identification itself. So make sure your grammar is completely, on point so that you can actually point out the mistakes in the questions, right? So yes, please go ahead, try to solve the question. Then we are going to quickly move forward with the answer. Let's see. Okay, we are getting answers A and C. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to solve this. All the students of the class decided to head to the principal office to complain for the new teacher's misconduct. Now, we have all the students of the class, right? All the students of the class decided. There is no error in this sentence because we have all plural with students, plural, class decided. So this is completely correct. Decided to head to the principal's office. Again, we have a proper mark punctuation over here, and head to the principal office means to go to the principal's office. All right, go to the principal's office. So this sentence is again correct. What is the actual error is to complain for the teacher's misconduct. Whenever you complain, right? Whenever you complain, you never complain for something, but you complain about something, right? Please stop complaining about my teacher, or they have tried to complain about the new teacher's misconduct. So you never use for with complain. We always use about or against, to complain against something or complain about something. All right, we can either use the preposition against or the preposition about. All right, we will not use for in this. So yes, according to this, we are going to go with option C as the correct answer. All right, if anybody has any doubts, please make sure you comment so that I can read and solve them out regarding any of the questions that I'm showing. Also, very important thing, I'm sorry. Okay, something very important that I need to show you. Now I have chosen only, 10 questions out of all the questions, but if you want to check out all the other questions from the verbal, logical, coding or aptitude section, you can go on Prep Insta and go on our 2021 Insta handle. All right, Prep Insta 2021. And there in the bio, you can see we have the link as Linktree Prep Insta Docs. All right. If you click on that link, you are going to come on this page. And when you come on this page, the first link that you have, TCS NQT all slots questions, click on that so that you come on to the PDF that we are sharing about the slots. All right. So make sure that you are on our Prep Insta 2021 page. Also follow us on Prep Insta. That is why I asked you to follow us, because then you are also going to get updates about all the drives, that is Amazon, Infosys, Capgemini, Intel, Mindtree. We always post updates. So here in the bio, you have the link. Click on that link. You come on to this page. After coming here, click on the first link and you come to the PDF. Here we have all the questions from the first slot, right? From aptitude, verbal, logical, coding as well. So make sure that you keep refreshing the doc continuously so that we are updating the docs continuously so you know what changes are there. Keep refreshing it after every 10 minutes. All right. So yes, you can access the doc and get hands on many more questions from here. All right. We are choosing only 10 questions, but you have 26, 25 questions. So you can get all other questions from this PDF. All right. So yes, our team has already shared our IG handles on the comments. So make sure that you check that out as well. The main Insta handle is Prep Insta 2021. All right. So let's get back to the questions. Okay. Third question. Select the most appropriate option to fill in the blanks. Right. So again, you have a fill in the blank question. Please go ahead, try to solve it. And then I'm going to get to the comments now. What is the sectional cutoff? Sectional cutoff, I can say that the sectional cutoff was, if you have, it's like 75%. You have to get 75% of the questions correct so that you pass that particular section. All right. I cannot comment about the Capgemini exam over here. Written, okay, compilation error. Yes, there's a lot of time that there you get the compilation error, but it's on TCS if they consider it or not. So we cannot actually officially confirm. Yes, they do have compilation error now and then. So that's not a new thing. Okay, so we have the answers over here. Okay, answer is C. All of you have guessed C. Let's see. Shreya will keep working for you, dash, you are respectful towards her. Obviously, for is incorrect over here because for means relating to something. So it's incorrect. As long. Now, whenever we are using a sentence with as dash as, this is the positive form of sentence, right? You have positive, comparative, and superlative. So this is the positive form of sentence. And whenever you are using as in front of a particular verb, you will have to use as behind it as well. So option B is wrong. Now here we have as soon and as long, right? Here you cannot use as soon as because we are talking about an elongated period, because the time that you will be respectful towards her, she will be working for you, right? So we are going to go with as long as and not as soon as. As soon as is a time frequency. However, as long as is the time period. All right. So we are going to go with the time period and we are going to go with option C as the correct answer. So yes, I have gotten C as the correct answer for all the comments. So great work. Okay. Let's move ahead. Now, to make it clear to you, right, we mostly had fill in the blank type of questions, para jumbles, closed test, and reading comprehension questions, error identification questions, mainly. All right. So these were the main question. So yes, again, let's start. Please try to solve this. And yes, I'll show the PDF very, very soon again, but let's just solve this question first. When the numerical abilities answer session will come. Okay, guys, don't worry. This is the verbal section, right? After this, you are going to get logical and numerical as well. So stay here. You are going to get through logical and numerical as well. So stay there. Yes, I know this time it was little tough. I wouldn't say very tough, but yes, like comparatively, it was tougher. All right. So yes, we cannot help with that now. Okay. Let's do it now. Let's start solving. Some sentences are missing from the given text. Choose from the list the most appropriate sentences for each gap. There is one extra sentence that you do not need to use. So you have 3 sentences and you have to use only 2. All right. Albert Einstein always had a clear view of the problems of physics. He had a strategy of his own and was able to visualize the main stages on the way to his goal. Dash, he received the Nobel Prize in Physics 1921. So here we can see that we have only talked about his achievements and physics, all right? According to this passage, we are going to remove option A from here. Why? Because it talks about his personal life. So we are not going to take his personal life into consideration over here. Now we are left with B, C. So either we can go with option A or option C. Hence, A and D are eliminated. Now, Albert Einstein always had a clear view of the problems of physics. First things we have stated about is clear view. So second thing will come to solve it. When you have the problems, the second step should be to solve them. Right? So according to this, we can see that B comes first. Then we are talking about his Nobel Prize. And what is a Nobel Prize? Nobel Prize is an achievement, right? So next we are going to talk about his achievements. All right. So next is our option C. According to this statement, we can say that option A is the correct answer because it says Albert Einstein always had a clear view of the problems of physics. He also had the determination to solve them. He had a strategy of his own and was able to visualize the main stages on the way to his goal. Einstein regarded his major achievements as mere stepping stones for the next achievement. All right, so we are going to go with option A as the correct answer. Okay, so those who have just joined and do not know where to get the remaining questions, please go to our Instagram handle pepinsa2021. Click the link in the bio. You are going to be redirected to this page. Click on the first link and then you are going to be redirected on our PDF. All right, so this is our PDF where you can get all the remaining questions. We have chosen only 10 to show you, but you can get all the remaining questions from this PDF itself. All right, as you can see, we have so many questions from quants, from verbal, logical, coding as well. So we have covered all of the questions, right? So this is the PDF. Go to Instagram handle prepinsa2021, right? This is the code 2021. Go to the link and the first link in the page, right? On the page. This is the PDF. Now, guys, when we were solving these questions, when we saw through these questions, we saw that the pattern for these questions is very, very similar that we have on our page, right? That we have curated for TCS NQT. So this is Prep Insta Prime for you. If you are not a subscriber of this page or of our website, make sure you subscribe to it because the material that we have prepared for TCS NQT, we have seen that it is very much similar, right? So once you go on our main page, you can see, you can scroll it down. And as you scroll down, you come across companies and then you can see TCS NQT in the first place. Click on that and you come over here, right? So we have aptitude, we have logical reasoning, verbal, programming logic, coding, interview preparation as well. So you can prepare from here. For the verbal section, as I told you, these are very much similar. So yes, you can prepare from our Prep Insta Prime, because the questions are very similar that we have on our website. So you are not going to regret. Also, if you're only, trying to decode or trying to pass through TCS NQT, and if you subscribe to it, you also get other companies as well, other courses and other skills as well. All right. So you can prepare for that too. All right. And along with it, so you are not just ending on the exam, right? If you are going to be called for the interview, you also have the interview preparation section over here. TCS does not have GD, but other companies do, so you can prepare for HR puzzles resume itself from here, right? So you're not just preparing for TCS exams, but for interview and other companies as well. Along with it, we also have certifications, right? But we also have TCS IN remote certification. Now, if you are appearing for TCS and if you have a TCS remote internship certification, it is only going to add to your resume, right? So we have certifications as well. So yes, it's a golden chance. And because you are on the edge of, a lot of drives, I would recommend you to go for at least 12 to 18 months of subscription, because that is only going to help you out, not just with TCS, but with other companies as well, because Accenture, Wipro and everything is going to conduct their drives, right? Let's get back to the questions now. This was over. Let's get back to the next question. So this is a para jumble question. Please go ahead, try to solve it. I'm giving you 20 seconds. And then until then, I need to answer the comments, right? Okay. Ma'am, can you show the PDF again? Sure. Just let us solve a few questions. Then I'll show the PDF once again. Was there any time limit for questions? No, there is a sectional time limit for the section itself, not for each question. But I would ask you to make sure that you solve each of the questions within maximum 40 seconds and not take more than that, because your RC is going to take more than 1 to 1.5 minutes. So make sure you solve the grammar questions very quickly and save time for RC. Right. Okay. Solve more questions. Because we have a time constraint, so we can solve only 10 questions. But as I showed the PDF, you can go there and see other questions as well. Okay, so Dawood Iqbal says to me that there was a time limit for each question. So great, if you have a time limit for each question, you will have to solve it in that time limit itself. All right. Okay, let's get back to this question now, otherwise we won't be able to finish off. For the 4 sentences, S1 and S for paragraph below, sentences S1 and S4 are given. From the options P, Q, and R, choose the appropriate sentences for S2 and S3. Okay, so we have 3 sentences, but we have to choose only S2 and S3. All right. My mother had been overweight since she was a child and lost weight only after she got married. There was no use crying to my grandmother, as she was now absolved of her responsibilities. Statements we have is, she started giving me lectures on the importance of meditation and breathing exercises. My food was regulated. My memory of overcoming severe problems of obesity kicked in, and soon my weight and health became her obsession. Okay. So as we can say that S1 says that she had been overweight and lost weight. Now next is R. Why? Her memory of overcoming severe problems of obesity kicked in, as we have used the word kicked in. Right. Kicked in. What does kicked in means? To remember again. Right. Now she cannot give her a lecture on meditation or breathing exercises if she does not remember about being obese or losing weight, right? So first thing is she needs to remember about it. So we are going to take R as the first sentence. So we are going to go with R. Then now, because this is about losing weight, And the last sentence says that she was crying to the grandmother. Like there was no use crying to the grandmother. That means only with the lectures she will not cry. But when will she cry? When her food will be regulated and will be decided when, what, and how much to eat. Right? Only on the lectures you don't cry. But when do you cry? When the food is snatched from you or when you don't get proper food. That is when you cry, right? So we are going to go with RQ over here. That is option D. All right. Yes, we have a lot of answers as RQ. So yes, correct. We are going to go with RQ. That is option D. Her memory of overcoming severe problems of obesity kicked in and my food was regulated, because of which she wanted to cry to the grandmother, but she couldn't. All right. So RQ is the answer. Okay. Let's move ahead. The following sentence pair can be combined into one better sentence. Okay, so this is sentence construction and improvement type of a question. So please go ahead, try to solve this question. Till then, I'll see if I can answer to any of the comments. Okay, I don't need certificate. I need a job. Yes, Siva, you obviously need a job, but certificates only add on to your resume, right? If you don't have any certificate and if your opponent has, let's say, at least 2 to 3 certificates, she or he is going to be picked, right? That is why certifications are very important. I have exam on 14th. What should be my strategy now? Naman, I would say that your strategy should be to kickstart your preparations. Go to the PDF. You can see the questions that have come and prepare questions, similar based questions. And because you only have a grace time of 1 day, please watch the videos that we are continuously giving out so that you can prepare for it, right? So that is the only way out now. Okay, we are getting answers. We have C and A as the answer. Okay, let's start solving. My mother made me join 7 different sports activities. At the time, I was just 9. My mother made me join 7 different sports activities when I was just 9. Because I was 9, my mother made me join 7 different sports activities. While I was 9, my mother made me join 7 different sports activities. Though I was 9, my mother made me join 7 different activities. Okay, let's start from the bottom. Though I was 9. Now, whenever you have a though in a sentence, right? Whenever you have a though in a sentence, it will be followed by yet, and this is a contradiction statement. Though always gives us a contradictory statement and it is followed by yet. So this is wrong because this does not have yet over here. While I was 9, my mother made me join. While, whenever we use while for a particular thing, right? Not in general. So this is not going to be the statement because while means that you are doing or performing the activity at that particular time. But here she says that her mother made her join activities and she is not doing the activities right now, right? Because she is not 9 anymore. So this is again wrong. Because I was 9, no, she was 9 was not the reason, but a timestamp that is given to us, right? Because is always associated with a reason, right? But because this is not a reason of being 9, we are going to eliminate this and we are going to go with option A. My mother made me join 7 different activities when I was just 9. That means that the speaker was only 9 when her mother made her join 7 different sports activities. All right. So we are going to go with option A over here, right? And yes, I have gotten a lot of option A. So yes, you are on the right track. Okay, let me show you the PDF again because I have gotten a few queries. Let's see the PDF again. So to get the PDF, I'm letting you know again, to get the PDF, please go on Prepinsta 2021 Instagram handle. You are going to get a link in the bio over there. Please click on the link then you are going to redirect it on this page, right? Linktree Prepinsta jobs. From there, you can click on TCS NQT all slots question, right? The first link, click on that, and you are going to get the PDF itself. All right, please don't download the PDF because we keep updating it every 5 minutes. So yes, keep refreshing this document so that you get new questions and updated answers as well. Now here you have verbal, numerical, logical, and programming coding as well. So you have everything in just one place. So you can access to it. Now this is not only just slot 1, but all the slots will be answered over here itself. So don't worry, we are going to keep you covered on all other slots as well, right? So this is the PDF that you can access. Now, for people who do not have a lot of time to prepare and they have their exams today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow or the next week, the best thing that I would suggest you is to just come here, go to the TCS NQT section and start preparing from here, because we have seen that the questions are very similar on what we have in our questions and in our study pattern. If you want to prepare it in one night or one day, right? So this is the best opportunity that we can give it to you. So please grab onto it. Do not let it go. All right. And if you want to prepare more questions, you can come on to prepinsta.com, TCS NQT placement papers, and you are going to get all the details section wise, everything, the timing as well. As you go down, you have your preparation section over here where you can prepare for. And because we have the verbal section discussing over here, let's say you go on to a topic, click onto it, you are going to get so many more questions and quizzes over here, which you can solve to analyze if you are good. This is the analytics that is going to help you out again. So if you start this quiz, let's say you are starting and you click on an answer, you can see a graph over here as well. This graph, what does it do? It helps you to understand if you are doing the questions correctly or not. So you know where you have to improve and how you have to improve. You get all the analytics over here, right? So this is the best thing that we can offer to you right now, is just buckle up and start preparing. All right, you have Prepinsta and Prepinsta Prime as well. If you want, I'll quickly show you the prices that we are running so that, you know, it's beneficial for you. If you are looking to, you know, get hired, I would suggest go for 12 months, 18 months or 24 months, because it's not just TCS, but Wipro, Accenture and all other companies are going to hire soon. So you have 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24, 36 and 48 months. So yes, these are the prices that we have, and trust me, these are the lowest prices that we can offer because we are running on high discount, as you can see. So this is your best chance. If you want to get placed, you can just start preparing from here. All right, these are the price stamps that you can see right over here: 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, 36 months and 48 months. I would suggest if you're in your second and third trimester, you can go for 18 months or 24 months. All right. Okay, let's get back to the questions now. We have a lot of questions remaining. Okay, so you have an RC now. Please quickly read through the passage. It's a very short passage that I have chosen, but there are longer passages as well, which is why I asked you to book your time for the RCs, right? So please go through it and try to answer the question quickly. Till then, I'll just answer here. Okay, ma'am, all slots get similar model questions. Yes, Vinay, you get similar model questions, but obviously the questions are different. Okay. Let me know once at how the slot for exams is. NQT and Ninja same? Yes, Anil, it's the same. If you do good in NQT and you know, you do very good for your interviews, you are going to get a Ninja job, Ninja offer. And if you do great and you are going to go further, then you get a digital offer. So yes, it's kind of same. All right. Is the test adaptive? No, the test is not adaptive. It's non-adaptive. The test is not adaptive. Okay, let's start solving. Let me just quickly read through the passage. The Royal Bengal tiger is one of the majestic creatures of the world. The typical male weighs about 300 kilograms and is about 8 to 10 feet tall, whereas the female weighs around 180 kilograms and is 8 to 9 feet in height. Despite its heavy body, this tiger can run at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour and also climb trees for its prey when necessary. All right, so we are just going to read up till here because only this is important. Why is it surprising that Royal Bengal tigers can run fast and climb trees? Because they are majestic, because they weigh 200, 300 kilograms, because they live in secluded mangroves, because they are at least 8 feet tall. Let's get back to the sentence where it says they climb trees. Now, what is the start of the sentence? Despite its heavy body. All right. So we have despite its heavy body. Okay. Now, what is the clue over here? It says that even though the tigers are heavy, they can climb trees. What do you mean by heavy? This means the weight, right? This sentence means that despite its heavy body, this tiger can run at a speed of 60 kilometers and climb trees. That means even though they are of heavy body, even if they weigh very much, that is 200 to 300 kilograms, they can climb trees. Yes, they have talked about the height, but height does not help in climbing trees. The weight is being subjected over here. So we are going to go with option B over here. That is, what is surprising? Surprising is that even if they are 200 to 300 kilograms, they can run fast and climb trees, right? So we are going to go with the keyword even though over here, right? So this is contradiction. That means even if they are 200 to 300 kilograms, they can run fast and climb trees. So that is surprising to the author. All right. So yes, option B is the correct answer. Let's move forward. Which of the following sentences uses formal languages? Yes, guys, formal and informal languages are in the game again. So you make sure that you know your languages very properly and the rules as well. So yes, please try to solve this question. Till then, I will see the comments and try to answer it. Ma'am, I didn't get the mail from TCS Ninja. I cannot specify the reason of why you did not get the mail from TCS Ninja, Radha, but what you can do is you can try to contact and mail them regarding this problem so that they can help you out. I not able to run the code. It is very important that you run the code. So I cannot comment if you will be selected or not because it depends on them completely. But if it is an error of the compiler from their end, then I think they might consider. But if it's because of the time constraint and you could not, complete the question, then I think they wouldn't consider. So it's very subjective. Okay. So yes, all slots model similar questions. Yes, comparatively, they are all similar questions, only the types changes, right? So for verbal, I can guarantee you that they are going to be similar and for other sections as well, but questions are going to be different. How many minimum questions you can solve? Okay, you have TCS at 4 today, so all the best. And how many minimum questions? See, the sectional limit can be 75 to 80%, right? So if let's say you have to solve 75 questions, right? So calculate on that basis and if you have, for let's say you have 24 questions, so please solve at least 20 to 19 questions correctly if you want to get selected. Please tell about cutoff. Cutoff all over, it can be 75 to 80%. As I told, sectional again 85 to 70%. मैंने IRC DRC राउंड नहीं किया तो मैं एग्जाम दे सकता हूँ. Bhagwat, what I would say is IRC, DRC are very important to see if your laptop is compatible. But if you have not given, no worries, you can still appear for the exam, but there might be an issue with the laptop. So make sure that you give IRC or DRC, either or will be perfect. Okay. So let's go ahead. Which of the following sentences uses formal languages? Liven up the atmosphere, my friend. Hooray, we won the game. May I suggest you a better option that will suit your style more? Stop making excuses for your behavior. Okay. So liven up your atmosphere, my friend. This is not a formal tone because as you can itself read from the tone, this is very informal. Hooray, we won the game. Again, this is informal. From the tone itself, you can see. May I suggest you a better option that will suit your style more? Now, see, we have may I suggest you, right? That means the person is asking your permission. So this is kind of formal. Stop making excuses for your behavior. Again, this is not a formal statement, but a very informal one because the tone is not formal over here, right? So we are going to go with option C. This one is very easy, as I would say. This was a 10 seconds question. This one is like quite evident that, option C is going to be the correct answer. May I suggest you a better option that will suit your style more? All right. So again, let's move ahead. You have a closed test kind of a question where you have a passage and some words. Please go through them and try to answer it. Till then, I'm going to see the comments. No, there's no negative marking. Also, our team has shared the PDF link. So thank you, team. So if you want to directly go to the PDF and check the remaining questions out, you can do it from the link itself. Ayush, I cannot guarantee you if you can, only your aptitude section will help you. You will have to do some programming as well. But like I said, 75 to 80%, you have to get it correct. If you don't, you might not get selected. So again, this is very subjective. It depends on TCS because if you are very good in aptitude and let's say you got 100% correct, even then, I think you need to get at least 75% correct in the programming part as well. Even if not 100, but at least 70 to 75% correct. That is very important. Yes, you can apply for TCS again, Dawood, but it should be, I guess, 6 months of gap. So make sure that for the next dive when it comes, there's a gap between 6 months. Okay. Okay, what is the difference between formal and informal? Okay, so let's get back to this question because there has been a doubt. Now, we have formal and we have informal. Formal tone do not use contractions. That means won't, don't, or can't. These words are short forms of cannot or do not, right? So whenever you are using a formal tone, always remember that we do not use contractions. That is, we do not use short forms. All right. Next, what is important is for formal tone that we use formal terms. For example, we have used, may I suggest you a better option? All right. So this is a very formal tone, right? From the tone itself, you can see that this is a formal tone and it is not being, spoken in an informal way, right? May I suggest you better option? So this is a very formal tone, as you can see. All right. So they do not use any contractions and they do not use any short forms or abbreviations, right? They do not use any short forms or abbreviations. They always use full forms. They never use short forms. All right. So that is the difference between formal and informal tone. And you have to understand the tone that is being talked about, right? So yes, That is how you recognize between a formal and an informal tone. All right. So let's start solving this question. Sailing is fun, but it takes work and muscles to keep the sailboat moving. One will have to constantly dash the weather. Search, scrutinize, check, or scan. You cannot search a weather, you cannot scrutinize a weather, or you cannot scan a weather, but you can check a weather, right? Whenever we ask someone, can you check the weather and let me know the degrees, right? So we use check the weather, right? So C is one is C, and adjust the sails to turn the boat in the required direction. It also takes a lot of dash to raise the mast. It takes a lot of attempt. Now, when we use attempt, sorry, when we use a lot of, attempts will be plural, right? So this is incorrect. A lot of effort to raise the mast. Endeavored and strive is again incorrect. We have to use a lot of effort to raise the mast and sails before you start enjoying, right? So 2 is going to be B. Now C and B that we have in option C over here, right? So that is, we are going to go with option C. That is check and effort. Check the weather and a lot of effort. All right. So C and B. Okay. Let's move ahead. The following sentences can be revised into one better sentence. Choose the sentence that is the best revision. So again, you have two different sentences and you have to go with one complete sentence. All right. So please start solving and let me see the comments again. Yes, Ankit, it's completely fine if you have applied for TCS Ninja October and TCS NQT November. That is not an issue. They will let you sit. Devanla Padmavati, I don't know if you're allowed to, register the same person with two different accounts, because if they come to know that all the designations and all the informations are same and it's the same person, they might reject your, candidature. I don't know. But yes, if they have sent you a mail, then you can definitely go and apply for the, appear for the in-center exam. That wouldn't be any difficult problem. 47%. See, if you have gotten the mail, Santosh said I'm talking to. If you have gotten the mail from TCS, then you can apply for it. So they might see and they might check your resume and see the marks. And if they have sent you the mail, so yes, you can definitely appear for it. There's no issue with the percentage over here. If they have sent you the mail, please appear for it. There's no issue. Yes, there are only 2 questions in the main exam. We have shared 4 because we have, this time TCS has given different, different slots of questions to different students. So we have a lot of questions this time in our bank. So there's there are 4 questions in the doc, but there will be only 2 questions for the main coding part in your TCS exam. So don't worry about that. You must be allowed to give NQT in November. I think so, but again, not sure. You can just apply and see if you are being able to apply or not. Even if you don't have any other, even if you don't get TCS to sit for, it's okay. You can try it for the next time. And this time you can go for other companies like Accenture and all, because they are also going to hire very, very soon. In fact, Accenture is going to have their exams at the end of this month. So check if their application lines are still open and apply for that. There's not much difference between NQT and Ninja. They are almost the same. Only for NQT, when you give the interviews, if you do it very good, you get the Ninja offer. And if you do greater than that, you are going to get a digital offer, right? But you have to sit for a digital exam for that as well. Okay, let's get back to the answer first, and then I'll get back to the questions. Grizzly bears are fierce animals. Polar bears are no less fierce. So there are 2 animals that are being compared. Grizzly bears and polar animals are fierce animals. Polar bears are fierce animals. Grizzly bears are fierce animals as just as same as polar bears. Okay. Grizzly bears are as fierce as polar bears. Grizzly bears are fierce animals like polar bears. Now, when you are, grizzly bears are fierce animals and they are no less. Because we have the word no less over here, option A gets eliminated because they are not comparing over here, right? They are not using the word no less or as less. Hence, option A is eliminated. Grizzly bears are fierce animals as just as same as polar bears. This is grammatically incorrect because you do not use so many as in one sentence. Grizzly bears are as fierce as polar bears. Now, this sentence has used the comparison correctly. Grizzly bears are as fierce as polar bears. This sentence is using like this comparison, less fierce, very properly. It's using the positive form, right? It's using the positive form and not a comparative form. That is as dash as. Here we form the main verb. All right, so this is the correct sentence. Grizzly bears are fierce animals like polar bears. Again, this is a correct statement, but it is unnecessarily long. Right, so we don't have to use option D over here, but option C that says grizzly bears are as fierce as polar bears. Right, so we are using a proper comparison because it says that polar bears are no less fierce. That means they are as fierce as grizzly bears. All right, so we are going to go with option C over here. Right, option C is the correct answer. Okay, so 10 questions are completed, guys. Please, if you want to get your hands on more number of questions, you can go on our Instagram, Prepinsta 2021. Click the link in the bio, come to this page, click on the first link that you get, TCS NQT all slots question, and you are going to land onto this PDF. All right, please get more questions from this page or from this PDF on quants, logical, verbal, and coding or programming CMCQ as well. All right. So that is done. Again, if you're not following us on our social media handles, do follow us on Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Telegram because we keep updating you about all the drives. So you don't want to miss, right? You don't want to miss any of the drives to appear for. So keep following us on all our social media handles. Now, stay here because you are going to get a logical session next, right? We are going to solve a few logical questions along with you. So stay here, right? We are going to sign off in just a few minutes. Okay, Santosh said, then I'm very, very sorry if you're not eligible for TCS NQT. Please try for other drives. Like you can try for other drives. You can go on a Prime and prepare for other drives as well. It's not important that TCS is the only thing. You have other drives as well over here. So you can go on Prepinsta Prime, subscribe to it if you haven't, and you can go on to learn new skills, languages, and prepare for other companies as well. Cognizant, Wipro, Amazon, Goldman Sachs, other companies. All right. Okay. There are a lot of questions depending on appearing for TCS, Ninja, and NQT. Guys, you can appear for it. Please try to, apply for it. If you're eligible, you'll be able to apply. If not, you'll be rejected. So don't worry about that. And TCS is not just it. You have more other companies as well. So if your luck does not work in TCS, please try for other companies as well. All right. So yes, thank you so much. We have come to the end of the verbal session. Please stay here. You are going to start off with the logical session from 4 o'clock, right? So don't go away from here. And till then, in the time buffer that you have, go check out Prepinsta Prime and the PDF that we have shared in the comment section and on Prepinsta Instagram as well. All right. So if you have two tasks, first is checking out Prepinsta Prime to clear your doubts out, and the second is to check out the PDF. All right, so yes, all the best to all those who have their exams coming up next. And till then, Thank you. And yeah, bye bye.